come true. Love thy dreams come true.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to RC Newbie to Track. So as I mentioned last week, today we'll be doing another unboxing video, but this time we'll be focusing on the motor. But before we start, in the unboxing last week of the Schumacher kit, I mentioned you needed a Torx T10 driver to put the kit together. But looking at bag 1, it does look like you get a Torx Allen key in the kit now. So I just wanted to bring that up before we got started. So let's get into it. It's the Hacker Skalar 10 Censored Competition Brushless Motor. So like I said last week in the first video, I wasn't really out there looking for a motor, but I came across this one on eBay and I did a little bit of research. It was going for a good price, the reviews seemed pretty good and people generally had positive things to say about it. I paid £50 for it, which works out at just over €55 or just over $60. And I did make sure it was on the approved motor list by the BRCA to keep within the club rules. The Skalar 10 is a censored brushless motor, 13.5 turn, 3150 kV, and features timing adjustment. The can is a two-piece CNC machined 70-75 alloy that has been designed for optimised cooling, which provides consistent power. It can be fully disassembled and all components and spare parts are serviceable, and I'll put a link to the Hacker site for the full list of features. So do you have one? What do you think of them? Any advice? Let me know in the comments. So like I said, I purchased this from eBay and it was listed as new weather, and looking at it, I'd say the timing has been adjusted to 20 degrees and I'm pretty sure this should be set at 0. So I think I'll reset it to 0 before I install it into the car. The other thing I wanted to talk about in this video is gears and gear ratios. So I've been trying to find out what gear ratios are used during competitions. I understand that different tracks have different rules, but I just wanted a sort of rough guide to go by really. The only bit of info I could find was as a general rule of thumb to keep the gear ratio between 5 and 6. Now I don't know if that's right, but that's the only info I could find. So that's why I went out and got a 26 tooth Pinion from Schumacher. Here is the gear ratio chart from the instruction manual, and the spur gears are on the left hand side of the chart, and I have circled the 86.2 spur gear in blue, and that's the spur gear you get with the kit. So to keep it box stock, that's the one I'm sticking with. So the pinion gears are along the top of the chart, and I have circled the 26 tooth pinion in yellow. So this combination gives us a ratio of 5.95 circled in red, keeping it between 5 and 6, just under 6. Another combination would be a 30 tooth pinion circled in green, and this would give us a ratio of 5.16 circled in purple. And again keeping between 5 and 6, just over 5. The larger pinion means a higher top speed, but I've opted for the smaller pinion, quicker acceleration, and that's what I'm sticking with for the build, for now anyway. But I'm interested in your thoughts. Is that a good rule of thumb? Is that right? Please let me know in the comments. So that's the kit, motor and pinion sorted, but that's all I've brought so far. The other gear, the ESC, transmitter, servo, etc., they're all up for discussion. I've got a couple of ideas. For the ESC, I was thinking of the, I think it's the Tensoric 10, or the Tensoric 10. It's the ESC made by Hacker that goes with the motor, so I was kind of thinking of that. It's a bit more than probably what I wanted to pay, but you can dream. The servo, I'm thinking maybe the Savox 1251 low profile. That seems to be quite a common one, so I'll probably go with that. Transmitter. I've never had a trigger transmitter before. Both RC cars I've had in the past have been like the stick transmitters, so I'm thinking about going with the trigger, and my budget for that would probably be about 100 to 150. So I'm interested to hear what you guys think. What would you go with? What would you put in it? The batteries, they have to be LiPo 2S hard case. That's the club rules. I haven't got a clue about batteries. I've never used LiPo before. I've had a quick look, but any help in that department would be greatly appreciated. Which would you recommend? So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy it, please consider subscribing and giving the video a like, and hit the notification bell for all future videos. Next week will be the first video in the build series. So thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next RC Newbie to Track.